Hello, it's Dragon Tank 1400. This is All Grown Up, Season 4, Episode 9 review. The name of the episode is The DeVille House Divided. I really did enjoy this episode. I thought it was a great episode and a really good way to end this season off. Now, what we have going on here is Phil kind of sees Wally. Now, if you don't know who Wally is, she is the captain of the soccer team that Phil and Lil are on. And we've seen her in previous episodes, and I talked about her. She's kind of tomboy-ish in the sense that she kind of doesn't mind gross stuff and all that kind of stuff. But in this episode, Phil kind of sees her in a dress or whatever, and he is instantly falls for her. So the two end up getting together. And Lil just feels really left out. She feels like she lost her best friend Wally and her brother Phil, and she doesn't really have anyone to play with, even though she's right there talking to Kimmy. So yeah, I don't understand that. I'll get into Kimmy's character when I do a really character discussion on all the characters. But it seems Kimmy is kind of distant from the group in most cases. But that's all I'm going to say about it right now. However, now back onto the plot of the episode. They end up losing the soccer game because basically Lil throws an Angelica. She pulls an Angelica basically. She becomes her self-interest, and she actually breaks Wally and Phil up by telling Wally that Phil doesn't like her. So there's that, and of course Lil felt guilty afterwards, and it was obviously her being selfish. And the whole scene kind of reminds me of something Angelica would do. It's exactly what Angelica would do, what Lil did, because Lil was only thinking about herself. And in the end, she apologizes and she makes up for it. She takes the blame. However, Wally and Phil realize that the whole girl-boy thing, they're kind of too young for that, and it's all confusing. So they end up just being friends. So it all turns out good in the end. They lose their soccer game, though, because they're fighting. The three of them are fighting on the field, and there's no teamwork. There's no harmony between them. They're just not refusing to pass the ball. And yeah, so they end up losing, and they lose a trip to Hawaii, which apparently was the regionals was supposed to be or something. Anyway, so I really enjoyed this plot because we get more into Phil. And like I said, I don't know, I haven't said this yet, but this is the only love interest that's actual canon and All Grown Up that I really like. Well, no, I take that back. I mean, of course, there's all the grown-ups, the parents that are already married, but I'm not gonna count them because they got together way before the show. And there's also Prince and Penguin and Miss O'Keats that I really enjoy. But out of the kids, this is the only couple that's canon that I actually enjoy in the in the series. So anyway, we have Phil and Wally here, and like I said, I really do enjoy this couple. And it ends up turning out good. They end up realizing that, they're too young for a relation to boy-girl kind of thing and everything. Lil, kind of the moral of this is kind of the same as previous episodes where Phil and Lil star. It's usually one of them acts selfishly, and then they realize, oh, I should act selflessly towards my brother or sister. So it's kind of the same deal here. Lil acts very selfishly. She's only thinking about herself when she breaks up Phil and Wally, and ends up turning around on her, and she sees how upset her brother is, and she feels a lot guilty. She ends up... Well, one of the funnier parts in the episode is that she actually doesn't confess to Phil. She doesn't really get a chance. I mean, she gets some chances, but she doesn't really get a good opportunity to. Ends up being this Prince of Penguin's nephew who spills the beans, and you can see in the background Tommy's no, stop. So he spills the bean. Phil gets mad at Lil, but at the whole end of it, Phil and Lil make up, and because Lil really just thought she was losing her brother, and Phil's like, no, you'll never lose me, So it was like a sweet moment between the siblings, the twins. And kind of like back to the moral of it, it's you got to act selflessly towards other. You shouldn't like act selfishly. And it's this moral has been time and time again in Phil and Lil related episodes and in Angelica related episodes too. It's like I said, it was kind of weird seeing Lil like kind of act like Angelica, but it like kind of doingly like of the story, it actually does make sense that she would do that. I mean, then she would feel bad about it. Like I just thought it was really good, character development wise. I mean, Phil gets his first girlfriend. We see him kind of break up. He actually shows his feelings for once about that, which is good. Lil kind of learns a lesson about the whole thing. I think she'll be better when Phil gets his next girlfriend. She won't be so like jealous. Like she won't like feel like she's losing her brother. Now the side plot's kind of interesting, but at the same time, it doesn't really add any character development to the characters. What we have going on is Dill brings in Prince Penwar's nephew, who is a bully and a jerk and basically an idiot. Maybe not an idiot, but he's a jerk basically. And Tommy and Chucky are like kind of forced to hang out with him, and because he's Prince Penwar's nephew, they really can't say anything against him. But like you did get to see like Tommy's reaction. Like he gets angry, but he's like kind of shuts up about it. You kind of see Chucky's expression, like how he feels. I can't really put towards like his like emotion for the whole thing because he's not necessarily scared, but he's like, I can't really put to words what he's feeling. I just put a picture up there. And we see Dill. He's kind of like chilling. He's pretending he doesn't mind it, but he realizes later that he's like hiding from him, and he's the one who has to take care of it. And how he takes care of it, like at first, like Mr. Penwar's nephew compliments him, Chucky, and Tommy, saying they're the only cool kids around or whatever. But then he disses Dill's hat and takes Dill's hat, and Dill gets pissed, man. He gets royally pissed, and he's just like, he tells Prince Penwar's nephew straight up, like, no one likes you, like, you're a jerk, like, he's like, no one touches the hat. So if you really want a straight up answer from Dill, just take his hat and he'll tell you how he really feels. So I thought it was a really good moment. I guess there's a little character development there. It was funny though overall. Anyway, this episode is difficult for me to gauge because I really liked it and I really want to give it a 10 out of 10. However, like they have done like this so similar like Phil and Lil plots where like one, either Phil or Lil acts very selfishly and then it really hurts the other one, but they end up turning around and acting selflessly at the end. So it's like the same plot with Phil and Lil. It's like, haven't they learned yet? I don't know. But like I said, at the same time, I really like the episode. So I guess I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10. I want to give it a 10 out of 10, but I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10 for that reason. Like I said, I really liked Phil and Wally, and I thought even the side plot was pretty good. Like, it had some really funny moments. Anyway, thanks for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed the review. See you in the next one. Bye.